Hello, Joy Horner here. I'm just going to talk a little bit about cord clamping and cord cutting today, just to talk about a few of the options, and there are many options about when you'd like the cord cut, when you'd like it clamped, if you'd like it clamped. You know, you could have a lotus birth and it doesn't need to be cut or clamped. Or sometimes, but very rarely, a cord needs to be actually cut long before we'd like it to be cut. If there's some sort of unforeseen circumstances during the birth, and the cord may need to be cut, but it's really rare. Normally we can decide when the cord is cut and by whom and if at all. There's also cord burning, which I'm not going to demonstrate today, but it is entirely possible to burn through a cord and not to cut through it. And I've had clients that have used a variety of methods over the years and a variety of materials to tie their baby's cord off. So there's anything from the unwaxed dental tape to hemp string. One of my doula friends uses hemp string. So lots and lots of different materials and ways that you can tie off cords. Embroidery thread, you can plait embroidery thread. So I've just experimented in making some cord ties myself. And these are made out of unprocessed, undyed linen. And linen, if you don't know, comes from the flax plant. So yeah, it's all natural materials, and I've done cute little hearts on either end, upside down heart. Because I wondered about people looking for a sustainable, not dyed product, something to tie their baby's cord with. And of course, traditionally, we use these things, which are called cord clamps, and it goes around the cord and it shuts, and that is left on your baby's tummy. And it's a bit hard. I've quite often used this as an independent midwife. It's called a cord ring. So it's an elastic band that goes over the cord, and then you cut off this long bit and baby's just left with an elastic band around the cord. They're quite effective. But today I'm going to show you how to tie an umbilical cord. So I've got my lovely baby here, and I'm going to angle it down because you want to see the baby and not me. There we are. And I've got my cord tie, which I have sterilised by boiling in water for 5 minutes, although no way do you need to actually boil. Let's just see if we can zoom in on baby. I think we might have to just move a bit closer. There we are. Okay, so when baby's born, you'll see the cord's really quite juicy, you'll see the blood vessels in it, and what we want to do is wait for white. You know, normally people are welcoming their baby, hugging, kissing their baby, and I don't get near cords for many minutes, sometimes a good hour or two after the birth, and there's no hurry. So yeah, eventually when mum or the person that's given birth may need to get up to give birth to their placenta, they may need to go to the toilet. The placenta, if they've birthed it, will be in some sort of bowl beside them. And normally after an hour or two, at that point, families say to me, when are we going to cut the cord? And I say, well, it's up to you, isn't it? So let's put baby down. Baby can stay with the parent, on the parent, doesn't need to be taken anywhere. What you'll normally see if you've had midwives at a birth is a couple of clamps on the cord. Clamp. Let's just do it on the first one, clamp. And your midwife will tell you, your partner or yourself, to cut in between the scissors, which of course I'm not going to do because this is my teaching doll and they're very expensive, so I don't want to to actually ruin my lovely teaching role. So there we are, we've clamped and we've cut the cord after it's gone white, a long time after birth. And what you will be left with on your baby is a cord stump. And I can't replicate this, but we will have to imagine that this is the little bit that is still attached to your baby, and it has this clamp on it. And what we want to do is to be able to tie it off and take this clamp off. So bear with me, and I may take the baby out just so that you can see what I'm doing, but if you can imagine, this is the bit that's still left on the baby. Right, baby, you sit over there. Just gonna actually, I need a nice place for my baby to be. I can't leave it on the floor. Okay, so what I've got is the cord stump, and it's attached to the baby. I'm going to get my cord tie, which I've boiled for 5 minutes, and there is no reason that I can think of that it needs to be sterile, because it's not going near the cut end of the cord, and once it's all the blood's stopped anyway, because you've waited for white and it's all shut down, and yeah, so all you have to do is a reef knot. So right over left and under, left over right and under. And if you like, you can take it round the back and do the same again for an extra tight knot, and so that you don't have really long ends dangling. Do that as many times as you like, left over right, right over left, and then all that's left on your baby's tummy is a couple of soft little tags. I mean, you can even cut those off if they're annoying you after a day or two. You don't even need those on it. It's the knots that do the work. These just make it a little bit prettier. And after a few days, it will all rot off and just drop off of its own accord. So I'll show you the cord ring, because they're a really nice option too. If I can get my knots undone, and I haven't pulled them tight. So this linen is actually really nice fibre to work with, so you can actually pull it really, really tight. It's not a fragile fibre, it's really quite strong. And it came from Nepal. We have a natural stall in our local market of hemp and organic cotton and yeah, all sorts of lovely natural fibres. It's my favourite shop in the market. I mean, other than the organic fruit and veg shop. But there we are. So that's the cord tie. We can also use the cord ring. So let's imagine once more I still have the cord clamp on my baby's tummy, and I'd like to replace it with a cord ring, so I've put the cord ring over my clamps here, and this is the fiddly bit after birth, pulling it over the cut end of the cord, working it down, and you don't want it too far down because it can, there we go, that was just to put it on, so I can take that off now. And I can take off the initial clamp. Yeah, some babies have a lot of skin at the base of their cord, and you don't want the clamp to go over that, because that would be painful and cut off the blood supply to the skin. So you put it about halfway up, and it's good to have the cord fairly long, just so that you've got something to work with. And then you cut off this part, so all you're left with is just a little ring on the umbilicus, and that's, yeah, I like that. Lots of my clients have opted for that over the years, and of course it's your decision, isn't it, what you'd like on your baby and what you wouldn't. But let's get that little thing off. Your other option is the cord clamp, which again I'm not going to clamp all the way, but your baby is then left with that on their tummy, and it's really hard, and if you've got a nappy over the top of that, that can press into baby's tummy a bit, and it's just, I'm not that keen on them. It's a very effective bit of kit, you know, once it's snapped shut you can't open it. But yeah, there are softer and kinder things that I think we can use for babies. So thank you, baby Grace, you've been very useful as ever, and if anyone would like one of my cord strings, they're going to be available in my Etsy shop soon. So I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, contact me if you need any further information, you know, as usual. Take care, bye.